It's Madden NFL 22, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Raiders and the Black Knights, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is now one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Man, it's good to see you out there, baby.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw, eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Laviska Shenault, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Black Knights march right down the field on the opening drive to take a first-quarter lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Carr. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play there for the Raiders.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
A run on 1st down with Jacobs as he'll get this forward for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 13 carries, 68 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Raiders.
It's a big one now. It's a big one.
Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He'll get that underneath ETN. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. That caught by Manhurts. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
42 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Etienne. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. A handoff for Etienne. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on touchdown. It's complete. Travis Etienne, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Black Knights have moved out in front. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And he'll look for Adams again, and this time he's got him. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Right side, it's Manhertz, the tight end. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Etienne. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Flushed out right. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And touchdown! Laviska Shenault as the first half is winding down. And the Black Knights have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense heading back for one final first half drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. On play action, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The final shot here before half for Carr. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start in the AFC South, a division matchup between Tennessee and Houston. And it's the Titans with the lead in the second quarter of play. The Titans trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Allen Robinson with 3 touchdown receptions. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucks at home in Tampa. And that one all even as they play the visiting Carolina Panthers. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Second half. And for the where we rejoin Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Or paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. He gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there on the catch and run.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they just ultimately got the sack on offense. Some to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level. Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because they just lined up on the line of scrimmage. You either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there. They're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Here we go.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, ETN once more. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now back to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Black Knights are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive. It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter. On 1st and 10, here's Carr, and that's complete to Adams. Showed the nice fit and dropped shy of the 40. Up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Carr. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Now Carr, got to have this one. Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles. Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one. They're down to none? Yes, exactly right. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. On 2nd down, ETN once more. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. ETN with it. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the home team here, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.